Hi, Ben. Hi, Ben. Hi, Ross Lynch, actor fan. I'm doing good. How are you? Good, good. I think if the weather doesn't go sour, I'm going to go outside, find a quiet spot, take my pencil and some paper, and I'm going to write. That's good. I'm glad to hear that. Very glad to hear that. We had That's good. I'm glad to hear that. Yesterday was a pretty cool day for me too. Oh, that's cool. Hi, Don '09. How is Ontario on this lovely Saturday? It's been an yeah, it's been an interesting year. I have the new channel out, trying to get that underway and make changes and all of that fun stuff. I am quickly finding out that the habitat focus lives that I'm doing are not my favorite. Not at all. The research is sometimes a lot. I don't know where. You're welcome. That's quite the compliment. I don't know where my I must be scaring people away. Abby's not coming in. I don't think. I can't tell if Carry Me Through is coming in. I'm glad, Ben. We are going to get started here in just a few seconds. I like to give people a chance to come in. No idea what's going on. It's nice to have... No. My understanding is it's an inside exhibit, but I could be wrong. It could be an outside exhibit. But I'm thinking it's an inside exhibit because it's in the UK. So... Usually I try to watch a video of the exhibit so I can see the layout. I didn't find a video. So, no video for that one today. Well, I'm going to go ahead and get started. This is going to be a short live. And I apologize for that, but please tell me that, yeah, okay. So, first off, Life on the Rocks. Couldn't find a lot of information on exactly what is in there. It is an exhibit. You're welcome. So, Life on the Rocks comes from the Arizona Sonoran Desert Museum. So, all of the animals that live at this zoo are animals that live in Arizona and are associated with the desert. Information, hi Logans, cool reptiles. It was really hard to get the information. The information that we do have, believe it or not, came from 3 different exhibits. I am so glad, Ben. That makes me happy to hear that. We are talking about Life on the Rocks and the Crocodile Swamp from the Paddington Zoo. So Life on the Rocks is part of the Arizona Sonoran Desert Museum. For a person that likes reptiles, the exhibits that we have today would be amazing to see. The animals that live in this exhibit include possibly striped skunks, Harris antelope squirrels, white-throated wood rats, Tucson banded geckos. No, I do not have a zoo. This is an Arizona Sonoran Desert Museum. It's a museum zoo in Arizona. They have western diamondback rattlesnakes, speckled rattlesnakes, canyon tree frogs, Mexican desert millipedes, Tucson kissing bugs, greater roadrunner, lowland leopard frogs, elf owls, and an antelope jackrabbit. So an interesting bit of tidbit on this exhibit, or on this museum, is they also feature plants. So it's part botanical garden. They have larger animals also. Like they have peccaries or javelina. They have a mountain lion. They might have a jaguar. I'm not sure on that. They have desert bighorn sheep. So they do have other animals as well, but that is that exhibit. Now, personally, if I'm going to go to an exhibit, I like multi-species exhibits. I like being able to see the whole zoo. We are breaking them down into smaller pieces and traveling around the world when we do it. So the Crocodile Swamp is at the Paddington Zoo in the UK. It's okay. And this exhibit opened in May of 2008. However, it was shut down and it reopened. So I don't know. You've never been to a zoo? Really? I mean, I guess I can understand that. This exhibit is home to a mix of animals from South America, Asia, and Africa. Let me look that up, Logan, when I'm done with this spiel, and then I'll look it up. So it is a mix of reptiles and fish. It is home to boa constrictors, Burmese pythons, reticulated pythons, African rock pythons, pacu, which is a large South American fish, Mamatama, which is a really cool looking turtle, 2 species of cichlids. Hi, Mir presents. It is home to not one, but at least 3 species of alligator. They are the Philippines crocodile, the saltwater crocodile, and the Cuban crocodile. I've never seen any of those species in person, but I know Cubans have a reputation for being aggressive. False gharials are also on display, along with gold dust day geckos. Oh, I gotcha. They also have mangrove monitors, caiman lizards, which are an awesome little lizard that I don't know if it's really super small, but they're really cool. Caiman lizards, mangrove monitor, yellow spotted river turtles, and a Sunda gharial. The snakes are actually housed in open air exhibits. Now, I need to add in that zoos can be pretty fluid with their animals. And so not every animal that I've mentioned may be on exhibit when you get to the zoo. Bear that in mind. Okay. It was closed for Logan. It was closed for a couple of reasons. Necessary repairs that needed to be done. were not financially viable at the time. The need for extensive work to the roof and environmental system controls were also a problem. It was supposed to be indefinite, but they were able to pull the money together with the help of the community, and voila, it is back open. So if you're ever in the UK, in the area of Dublin, you can visit with the crocodiles and snakes, which is one of, I don't know about anybody else, but it is one of my personal favorite areas to visit. Now, I don't know if they had the same animals or not, but yeah. I also wanted to thank everybody who was in live last night. I thought. A lot of things going on that sometimes, life gets crazy. Guys, I will be right back. I need to really quick talk to my parents about something that just popped up. I will be back. Don't go anywhere. Sorry. I was live last week or yesterday a bunch of times, actually. So yesterday I'm sitting in live and I can hear the birds and the squirrels alerting. They're just like, there's danger, danger, danger. And they were just going nuts. Absolutely nuts. So I walk out and there are literally three, not one, but three owls in my dad's apple tree. Kind of crazy. So those people that were in live were able to see him. So that was good. And then we did a live with the Boneyard Scribe. So that happened. Yeah, it's posted, I believe. Those of you that were at the Boneyard Scribe live, did you enjoy it? I would have to go into that and look, Ben. I don't know exactly. The bigger question is, do I bring him back? That's the really, really big question. I did not. I was a little got it. The problem is, how do you like, the problem is there may be stories that I can't use because of content. But that's an idea. I like that idea, Ross. I would just need to figure it out. Let's see. There is a new video up on the main channel. It is edible invasive species. Now, all of the species originate in the United States. Sorry about that. But they come from different areas of the world. So it's, if you go to, hey Ben, if you go to local wildlife, it's alive. I'll post it. I don't know. Well, just be careful with them. Because they can be dangerous. I can't tell if I'm going inside or outside. Yeah, don't go to this one. Don't go to that one. There's nothing in it. I think it's the jackrabbit. Because, and you allow. Yeah, it's the tail end. Ooh, that would hurt. It's around 50. Ben, it's Exploring Nature, Black-tailed Jackrabbit. And it's around 55 minutes and 47 seconds. I did not open up this live. That's really dumb of me. Oh my goodness. I don't know if I've seen those. That's the link. Yeah, I think maybe I have. My problem is too many people have them, and either they use them to shoot at animals, or at people or houses. Of course, when I was a kid, the BBs were made out of metal. No, not babies. I thought they were babies. Those were not babies. The owls that we saw yesterday, those were not babies. Yeah. Those were a type of owl that we have here in North America called screech owls. And they're not big. They're actually fairly small. And there's a western species and an eastern species. But it was really cool. Somebody said, I got to read you guys a comment that I got. Wait, why? Oh. Somebody goes, I'm curious. Should I invite my other half back to the channel? You know, what's his name? The Boneyard Scribe? Somebody goes, I wouldn't trust Boneyard. He seems a bit off. I replied back, a bit off? Do you think so? Do you think he's dangerous? But I don't have anybody my height. Yeah, he is. He might be on Monday. He might be on Monday. No, it's not an antique. Not in the least. It may be 3 years old. But it's also, I want to upgrade it. I want to get a different suit or a different mask, or I don't know. Yeah. But right now, I'm looking at getting a thing to go over my head. So it'll cover my head. It'll have an opening for my eyes, and then it'll come down and cover my neck. So that when I'm talking, you might still see it at times, you might see it moving a little bit. But it'll help. It'll help the illusion a little bit. So that live with the bonehead, boneyard, got 169 views. I don't know. I also gained wow. I'm impressed. Usually my stuff will go up, 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 and then and this goes up, plateaus, and then starts climbing again. So that's really cool. 32 impressions. Yeah, but it'll cover pretty much the whole thing. I think I announced already that I'm going to I'm going to cut the stories in half. The big ones anyway. Because it's just too crazy. But anyway, hello, sir. I think I know you. So yeah. So maybe Monday around 1 o'clock-ish. Once I get his video up, I'll have it up hopefully Sunday. And then you guys can watch it. And then Monday, I will. Does who play volleyball? I'm confused. I don't think so. Hi, BGFT plays. How are you? Do you play volleyball? Yeah. But I think he plays video games. There is nothing boring about playing video games. Somebody asked me if the mask was hot. Absolutely not. Yeah, a little bit. The part that makes it big is the nose, like the beak. I just wish that it did more to cover me up. But I like being able to just step into the character. That's fun. I had a lot of fun doing the character the other day. And hopefully you guys did too. And I appreciated the questions. We have coming up I am going to need your guys' support. I am going to be posting probably today at some point. It'll have to be today. Yeah, I can see it, Ben. The 17th, I'm going to do a Q&A. It is not going to be subscriber only. Maybe I'll do it now. While I'm thinking about it. As always, when we do these, guys, you can Ben, we can't talk about that, bud, okay? I'm sorry. Just because technically it's a pew pew. Because it's a pew pew. I didn't even think about that. BG, if you want to address it, you can. Ben, pick one that you like. How's that? I don't know how to address that. Maybe I'm wrong. Yeah. And we're not, you're okay. You didn't know. Sure. There you go. BGFT, we saw baby owls, or not baby owls. We saw screech owls, 3 of them last night. Captain ET said he might have. So first Captain ET goes, I wouldn't trust Boneyard. He seems a bit off. And then he goes, he might have some tricks up his sleeves. It was awesome, dude. I know people who may not agree with you, Ben. A good monster movie, an older monster movie. Ooh, that's nice. You mean a 25-pound cat? He's talking about fishing. He caught an almost 25-pound catfish. I recommend the some of the mummy movies from either Hammer Films or Universal. The original Fly is really good too. If you're looking for campy, yeah. Yeah, Bela Lugosi, Christopher Lee. It depends on what you're looking for. That's cool. BG. Yeah, the only problem with the original Mummy from 1932 is, and it's a good movie, I'm not gonna lie, the Mummy is only in it for maybe 5 minutes as the actual mummy. The Mummy's tomb is pretty good. Ben, I feel like you're buttering me up, dude. See, I I have movies that I really like, and then there's movies that I watch them and I'm like, this is okay. Like, Gorgo is really good. You're okay. You don't have to apologize. I'm not used to the compliments. Creature from the Black Lagoon is good. The Creature Walks. Yes, I have seen Goosebumps. I'm a little bit old for Goosebumps, but for what they are, I give them props. Notzilla. That's a movie for Ross, not so much for Ben. Is there a Goosebumps to the movie? I don't know. I did too, but as an adult, I have learned to embrace it a little bit. I don't do slasher movies. If there's a lot of blood and guts, forget it. But the old black and whites, man, I love them. Nope. I have a niece who cried towards the end of Lost Boys. Which is kind of crazy, but that's okay. Nope, not for me. Slashers and zombies is where I draw the line. He looks like a bird. But I guess that's the point, right? No, she cried at Lost Boys too. Something about Michael. Yeah, I guess. They so back in his day, they would stick posies inside the beak. And they thought that the sweet smell, or they thought the smell from the flowers would keep them from getting sick. Yeah, I don't know what it was. I don't know why, but she cried, dude. And so that was the belief that they would, because they had a beak and they could stick the posies inside the beak, and it was a way of holding the posies. I assume they had flowers. And I don't know. I don't think they filtered the air or that all that much. That's true. Ticks can stick to wax. Can't. Oh. Um. The plague was because of fleas. I haven't watched Critters. Um, yeah. And so what they would do is they thought that the flowers and spices that they would put in the mask would counteract the bad air that they thought was causing the disease. What they didn't know is that it wasn't the air that was bad, it was the germs in the air that were bad. And so by wearing the mask that covered the head or the face, it shielded the doctor's face and kept them from getting sick. Possibly. The beak might have lavender, rosemary, thyme, camphor, so a lot of stuff that would smell good. Maybe it when they no, it didn't what? But they did nothing. The mask overall did not work against the plague, unfortunately. But it did nothing to keep them from getting sick. Oh no! Oh no! Oh, talk about getting sick. That would be so bad. Now, bubonic plague as a disease still exists. You can still catch the plague. In fact, once or twice a year, somebody does contract it here in the United States. And it's usually out west, and people get in contact with bugs or with the dead rodent, and they pick up a flea from it. Yeah, that's true. There is. We had our round 2 in the United States. The difference is COVID is a virus, whereas the plague is a bacteria. So there's that. Guys, I don't want to be mean, but I need to write. So I'm going to end live. And I'm going to True. But COVID was also bad because it's a virus and viruses mutate. So I'm going to let you guys go. I'm going to probably grab something to eat too. And then I'm going to write because I've got to finish this story. So be good. I will see you guys later. Find something to eat. So yeah, I will be going live again today at 6 p.m. Be good. I will see you guys later. I don't know how people do that.